Hello, everybody. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing what I was wearing yesterday in my reading on Sweden and Finland, it's because I am recording this video at the same time. I will release it on Monday morning unless there is a need for me. I feel or I am told to release it earlier because I don't want to overwhelm you with videos on one particular day, but it is a very moving part of the world. Everything is moving very rapidly in the Ukraine theatre. So what I wanted to have a look at is not so much Ukraine overall, but I will have a little bit of a peek. But I want to have a look at President Zelinskyy and the retention of a functioning government in Ukraine. We'll see how this video holds up. I might be reading on something that's already happened, and so we'll see how the cards compared if that's the case. But Ukraine, go Ukraine, very much holding their own. Their resistance forces have really come into the fore. Russia has been and when I say Russia, I'm not talking about the Russian people, I'm talking about Putin and his enablers and the generals and the oligarchs and those that are behind what is actually occurring in Ukraine. And I fully acknowledge the mass protests that are happening in Russia. Myself and many readers have seen that this is the beginning, this action taken by Putin is the beginning of the downfall for him. So go Russia. But what I want to have a look at is will they be able to maintain a functioning government? President Zelinskyy has come on social media, video of himself and his immediate aides and protectors, all dressed in khaki, armed to the teeth, basically saying that they are going to stay in Kyiv. Now, I do apologise if I have pronounced that wrong. It is an Australian pronunciation of the country. They are going to stay and they are going to fight. Past readings have indicated that he is an inspirational and inspiring leader and a very strong person coming really into his fore. So what's happened recently, two Russian troop carrier planes have been downed by Ukrainian anti-aircraft fire. A very large bridge building convoy has been destroyed. Russia has been unable to take out the Ukrainian Air Force, which is a huge mistake on Russia's behalf, but not arguing with it. The regular force is working alongside an equally significant irregular force, and the irregular force is basically a resistance force, which makes them unpredictable, which makes them very difficult for a conventional army to fight against. So they're doing a fantastic job, and what's occurring is almost a Vietnam style with Ukraine being in the Vietnam situation, Vietnamese Viet Cong situation, where there is a regular force, but it's the irregular force that is doing the mass damage, and very, very difficult to fight against. Low estimates at this stage of Russian casualties is over the 1,000 deaths of Russian troops. Putin has banned Twitter in Russia and is looking at banning Facebook because the images that are coming out from Ukraine are very unfavourable for Putin and making the propaganda spin that he's trying to put forward very difficult. The West has invoked not only very significant sanctions against the top oligarchs and Putin himself and several of the top Russian banks. Many of the countries have joined forces and Russia has been removed from SWIFT. Now, if you don't understand what SWIFT is the International financial trading scheme. It really is the only functional trading scheme in the world at the moment. So they've removed many of the companies and banks, etc., of Russia from the SWIFT system, which means that countries like Germany that want to make a payment to Russia for the gas that Germany is getting, they can no longer make that payment, and Germany has joined forces and agreed to that, which was it came up in my reading a few days ago when I said, well, will Germany continue with the pipeline? And I came up with that, not the pipeline that they've said that they won't do, but with the gas supplies they're currently getting. And I came up with that they are prepared to forego that gas with the support of the rest of the EU to provide them with electricity, and that they will join with the West in their actions against Russia. So latest news is that Germany has now sent 500 Stinger missiles and 1,000 anti-tank rockets into Ukraine. So they are now providing military support, they are providing sanction support, and it's just fabulous news all around on that front. Okay. Got that all out. 6 minutes. Sorry it's taken so long. But there is just so much going on at the moment. So I want to have a quick look at... so Zelinskyy was offered an airlift out of Kyiv, and he said, no, I don't want transport, I want ammunition. So he's going to stay and fight. Oh, sorry, I just got chills. Okay, I'll read. I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale for this. It is my general purpose pack. Oh boy, I've got chills from top to bottom about Zelinskyy. Okay, I want to have a look. What the action that he is taking is inspirational. He is the top target for Russia. Apparently, Russian prisoners of war that have been captive have just thrown their arms down and surrendered. They don't want to be there and fight. Protests back in Russia. The Russian people don't want this. Oh gosh. So jumped out at me was the strength card. So keep the strength, keep the faith. But tell me about Zelinskyy. 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 The president, apparently the former president who was ousted by the military, a military coup backed by the people for corruption. He could have easily gotten out of Ukraine at any stage. He is stayed in Ukraine. He has also taken up arms and is determined to stay in Kyiv. So please tell me about Zelinskyy. Tell me about Zelinskyy. I'm wondering whether my deck is upside down or just some of my cards are upside down. I've got some cards upside down. I'll just put you on pause for 2 minutes while I correct that, because I don't like to read upside down. There's enough negative cards in the deck without doing so. And that explains why the cards weren't coming together for me. When I was doing a poker shuffle, I must have accidentally put one set in upside down. So we'll try that again. Tell me about Zelinskyy. Tell me about Zelinskyy. Tell me about Zelinskyy with him staying. The supporting the families, the coming together, the emotional coming together of families came out. But tell me about Zelinskyy. Tell me about Zelinskyy. How will Zelinskyy stay? How will Zelinskyy go staying and fighting in Kyiv? How will Zelinskyy? Tell me about Zelinskyy fighting in Kyiv, fighting with the resistance. Tell me about Zelinskyy fighting with the resistance. Okay. Things are happening. The situation's changing very, very quickly. It is chaotic. But this card's come up again. He is bringing together. It's also the Ten of Cups is also an ending, an emotional, but emotionally he is bringing everybody together. The Knight of Pentacles, this is the slow, steady knight. It's also the mercenary, and I see him playing a role as the mercenary. Boy, it's a difficult fight though. It's going to be very difficult, but this is unity. So he is unifying the fighters. He is unifying the people behind him. Base of the pack choices, and the Ace of Swords, the truth for the new beginning. Not getting a tower for him. Okay, so I will ask the direct question. I think I'm getting the chills because I'm feeling what is actually happening in Ukraine at the moment, but I will ask the direct question. So Putin is trying to, I'll ask, is Putin trying to take Kyiv to unseat the government? Is Putin trying to take Kyiv to unseat the government and install his own puppet government? Is Putin trying to take Kyiv? Oh, flinging out at me everywhere. Way too many. But but two of them are these again. It's an interesting card that came out. Try that again. It was the Tower card for Putin. Is Putin trying to take Kyiv to unseat the government? Is Putin trying to take Kyiv to unseat the government? Right. Yes. And he's working damn hard at it. That is his goal. So you've got this message of the truth, which is telling me that me as a mere messenger is bringing you the truth, that is what he's working towards. So that's telling me yes, yes. So tell me, yeah, that was Putin's goal. Okay. But tell me, will Ukraine... I don't know what's happening in Kyiv at the moment. I get the feeling that Zelinskyy and a couple of the other MPs have decided to stay, but Zelinskyy has sent his possibly deputy leader and other cabinet ministers or whatever equivalent you have, key figures. He said, I'll stay, you go, is what I'm hearing. I'll stay, you go. He sent them away so that they can retain a functioning government if Kyiv should fall and something happens to him. But just tell me, will Ukraine maintain a functioning independent government? Will Ukraine maintain a functioning independent government? Will Ukraine maintain a functioning independent government? Ukraine maintain functioning independent government. Right. Two cards wanted to come forward at once. It's about what I'll do is I'll do a full Celtic on this one. So this is the fighting that's going on in Kyiv, caused by walking a tightrope and decisions to be made. There is a harsh truth that has to be faced. How on earth did that come out upside down? The Ten of Cups, but it's in the past. This is about the breaking up of the family, but it's in the past. We have a message coming forward, an offer, something to be revealed. There are choices that will need to be made. The external influence is there is an inevitability about this. Now the question was, will there be a functioning government? The internal influence is that this is being courageous and having faith. Two major arcana. Six of Cups, yes. This is can be the naivety, but it is going back also to the past. This is in the hopes and fears, and the hope is that yes, it will continue. Five of Pentacles out in the cold, so, and the King of Cups, Two of Swords, Ace of Cups. So, and then we have base of the pack, we've got Three of Cups, which is circles of support, and the Truth coming forward. Truth, support, new starts, in integrity. So let's see if we can digest this a little bit. He's sending them away. They don't want to go, but it is a difficult decision that has to be made. It's a harsh truth that to maintain a functioning government, they do have to go. In the past, we've got this. This is the breaking up of the happy families, the unification. This is basically they're left with no choice, really. Page of Cups at crowning the reading. He is almost pleading with them to go. I don't know that they've gone yet, because they've got an immediate future as they have this choice. The external influences, I think that Kyiv is very possibly going to fall, because it is a call to arms. It is a collective awakening. It's a like, wake up to yourself. And this is externally. They're being told to get on, wake up to yourself and get on with it. Internally, they've got this courageous faith, but it's also about setting out on a journey. So I think, yes, they are going. I don't think they've gone yet, but I think they're going to go. The hopes and fears is that they will be able to maintain some semblance of functioning government. There will be loss. You've got this diplomatic leader. This is not my Zelinskyy card. So I think whomever this is, this might be the deputy president or whomever is sort of next on the rung. He has a difficult decision in regards to the truth, but yes, emotionally he knows it is the right thing to do. He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to be seen as a coward. He wants to support and be with his people. But yes, they will go. They will maintain a functioning government. Right. Now, next, because, oh, gosh, getting chills again. In reality, this invasion is not going well for Putin and his colleagues. He knows it's not going well. They do have the ability to throw more troops and armaments at it. He has, interestingly, begged other countries to send troops in as well. Belarus has sent troops. I will read on Belarus shortly to just see where that goes. He asked one of his, is it Kazakhstan? One of the previous Soviet Union affiliated countries for troops, and they basically told them to go away, not quite so politely. They're not interested, so that's positive. But I want to. Will Kyiv fall? Will Kyiv fall? Will Kyiv fall? Will Kyiv fall? Gonna do their darndest. Is what I'm seeing, what I'm being told. Will Kyiv too much? Ah, yes, retreat. Retreat in the face of Russia. So I am seeing, this is victory, but this is Russia. Russia victorious. So I am seeing that Kyiv will fall. Will Zelinskyy survive? I don't want to put it the other way. Will Zelinskyy survive this attack on Kyiv? I think it's just overwhelming numbers. Okay, I'm getting that Kyiv will fall, but the Russian troops won't be able to hold it. Does that make sense? So the troops will go in. Yes, Kyiv, but it's a false victory, that they're not going to be oh, sorry, I've just gotten extremely dizzy, which is what I get when I'm being told that it's spot on. So it's a false victory for the Russians because of the resistance that will remain in Kyiv. Will Zelinskyy survive? Will Zelinskyy survive? Zelinskyy survive? Okay. This is the card of loss. Just see where this goes. The Nine of Pentacles, which is about living well, but it's also about being in a cage of your own making, a cage of your wealth, a deception, betrayal, manifestation, manifesting something into reality, moving on, moving out. Things pausing. Okay, I'm not seeing anything happening to Zelinskyy in the face of what is occurring. This offer will be made to him. He will find that he has no choice. He doesn't want to be perceived as abandoning, but the people will support him. He will be manifesting something amazing as he moves out of trouble, because things will be paused in Kyiv, so he will have the opportunity. We've then got the Ten of Pentacles, which is can be about, intergenerational wealth or something, but what I'm seeing with this combined with the Ace of Pentacles is just the strength. It's about being grounded, being in touch with Mother Earth, which is also being in touch with the earth of your country. We've got the lies of Putin, the propaganda, but Putin will find this incredibly burdensome, faced with the truth of what is happening to the Russian troops. Okay, so thank you for that. Thank you for joining me. As I said, I will release this Monday morning, unless, being late Sunday afternoon already, unless I feel the need to do so earlier. I hope that answered some questions and gave you some hope and faith. Take care, stay strong, strength to you all, and love you. Bye-bye.